Dear Thali and your YouTube psychic. Card of the day. Readings. Unboxings. Your daily source for things arcane.
Hey everyone, and welcome to today's video. Today what we're going to be doing is just basically taking a look at my life and how proud I am that I did eventually come out to my family, most of them, and how life has been since. So, of course you know me, I'm Tyr. The first one I had when we got together was Yzma. Yes, that is correct. Yzma from The Emperor's New Groove. She was a full-blooded red-white basset hound. Beautiful, gorgeous, great personality. I planned on breeding her, so I never got her fixed. Huge mistake. Huge. It was a huge mistake because I found out from the vet that female dogs have a 50% chance of getting breast cancer if they are not altered. But if they are altered, they have a 0.05% chance of breast cancer. So she got cancer, had expensive surgery. A week later, she was dead. While we had Yzma, we got a Chihuahua. He was a mix between a long and short-haired Chihuahua. He was deer-colored, and his name was Gabriel. He was the crotchetiest, meanest little old fart you ever seen in your whole life. Even as a puppy, Gabriel was awful. But you loved him for it. In his old age, he developed heart trouble. He had issues walking. The doctor said he was fine. We would just have to try to get him to exercise and keep him walking. But that we had to make sure he did not overdo it because of his heart condition. He was given pills and a strict diet. We followed it. He lasted 2 more years, and then one day woke up to let them all outside to go to the restroom, and Gabriel was gone. 5 years before Daniel and I met, I was with a different gentleman, a boyfriend at the time. This cat just kept showing up every night, so I started feeding her. A beautiful, beautiful long-haired white cat with 2 different colored eyes. It was a blue and a yellow eye, and she had a gray Y on her forehead. So I just kept feeding her every night, and eventually she came into the house, and eventually she became my cat, because I posted posters, of course not with her picture on it, because I didn't want anybody seeing it and being like, oh, that's my cat, because it was so pretty. So she was with me for 15 years, 5 plus the time that Daniel and I were together, up until she passed away in very early July of 2014. She had developed renal failure, which basically means that her kidneys were shutting down. So she was put on a strict diet, and the vet said that we were going to be giving her IV fluids, every other day, up until she got to the point where where her quality of life had declined to the point where they felt like putting her down was the only option. So we brought her home, made her comfortable in the bathroom so that no other animal would bother her. First day was fine. Second day, I was feeding her because I had to spoon feed her. And the next day we were going to have to start doing the IV fluids. So they showed us how to do it. I had a bag of saline solution hanging from the sink, and we were just going to, set up the IV, put it in, pull it out. You know, she decided that she didn't want us to have to go through that, and she died that night. Because I do believe that, even though they're just animals, these animals know when something is coming. So they're going to, go when they want to go. Especially what I've learned about the females. Female cats, female dogs. A lady knows when it's time to leave. Then, a year after we got Gabriel, we got another Chihuahua. This one was a blue fawn, and he was Angel. Tiniest little thing you ever did see, and God was he cute. Because my husband, well, boyfriend at the time, now husband, wasn't working at the time, and he went to visit his sister. And while I was at work, he messaged me and said, "I've got a surprise for you." And I said, "If it's another dog, I want nothing to do with it." So he gets off work, he comes home, and he's sitting there. He opens the door, and in pops just a teensy weensy little head. Teeny tiny black head. I was like, oh my God, and I just fell to pieces. That was the cutest little thing I ever saw. So we had Angel. We were with him for 12 years, just like with Gabriel. So after Gabriel had died, Angel was fine. He was a little weird because, they'd grown up together. And Angel stopped eating normally. So he would eat a little bit, but not as much. So I figured, he's probably depressed. I should probably give him time, to process the loss of Gabriel. And figured that, he'll be okay. He'll get over it. And then he stopped eating completely, and I was like, okay, this is time. We need to go to the doctor. So we made an appointment to go see his normal vet. And he didn't wait. What had happened was we were sitting there one night, and I heard this god-awful scream. And I come flying into the living room, and Angel is just sprawled out, screaming his head off. I thought, what the fudge? He was having a seizure. So I gather him up, I put him in the cat crate, which has a thing that you pull off that you can, get into the top, because I didn't want anybody, no other dog or cat bothering him. I wanted him in a protected space right in front of me that I could watch. I'm sitting there petting him, talking to him, and his vet office wasn't going to open for another 5 or 6 hours because I was going to run him immediately to there, but they didn't have emergency services. Nor would they take him any earlier. His regular vet called us and told us to take him to this other vet that had emergency services and could see him immediately. So we take him in there, and he's just stiff as a board, and I'm thinking, oh my God, this poor thing, he's gonna die. We're freaking out. So they take him and they hook him up to IV fluids, all that. He gets better. He comes out. And they put him on a very strict diet that we had to get via prescription. So we're feeding him this food. He's not eating it. So we take him to our vet, and she's looking, and she's like, I think there's a growth on here, but I'm going to send you back to that other vet. because they have ultrasound equipment that they can check this. So they do an ultrasound on him, and it's stomach cancer. So they're like, we can do surgery to remove it. However, he may not survive through the surgery. We don't know. It's going to be an exploratory surgery that may turn into actual, removal surgery for the cancer. So apparently they opened him up and it was everywhere, and so they called us to let us know that the cancer was everywhere and wanted to know what we wanted to do. Did we want to wake him up, go visit him, spend time with him, and then have him put to sleep? Or if we wanted to, just let him pass in surgery. So, they were like, we'll give you an hour because, he's still under anesthesia. We'll give you an hour, give us a call back. So, we're sitting there, we're discussing it, we're both sobbing. And they call us and they're like, well, never mind. They're like, he decided it was time to go. And he passed during the surgery.
Thanks for watching today's video. Don't forget to subscribe to my content and like this video. Want more? Feel free to order your own personal reading at www.tirthalion.com. That's TIRTHALION.com. Don't forget to click the bell icon so that you're notified every time I upload a video.